Good morning, everybody. Welcome on Monday, the 15th of June, to episode number 45 of Coffee with Campus Consultancy. Very, very soon, I'll introduce you to our amazing guest, Ankita, today. We're going to be talking about a range of things, including the makeup-free movement, what it's like to be a contestant at Miss World Australia. I evidently have no idea what that would be like, and as well, what it has been like to be an international student in Australia, doing a couple of different degrees, and then where that leads you to today. So we'll get into all of that and more on episode 45 of Coffee with Campus Consultancy after this quick introduction. Ankita, hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Very good, thanks.
That's good. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'm really interested to start today by just digging into a little bit of the experience. I know formerly you're an international student, but those days are somewhat behind you now. And one of the things you are currently doing is being involved with Miss World Australia. So what was it like being an international student, and how did something like Miss World Australia jump out to you and appeal to you?
Being an international student at first was coming here was in itself a big task for me because I had to convince my parents to get here. It was not easy to directly just plan and come here. So yeah, I came here like other students come every year, but the only thing I think I had in my mind was to do something big when you come here because after a long time I've got this chance to live by myself and do things that I want to do by my way. So I think
Yes.
I wanted to do everything possible that I could do in this new country. And talking about Miss World Australia, I think it happened to me after Miss India Australia, which the pageant I did while I was an international student in 2019, and that pageant happened to me while I was studying, and after that, it just grew my interest in modeling and beauty pageants. So I thought why am I not doing this? Because I'm an international student, I think I might not have many opportunities, but that was not the case actually. I had a lot of opportunities, and Australia was quite open for me to get into the stage, the platform which I've got today. So I'm pretty fortunate to be in the country.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. And speaking of the platform, I mean, what's it like to go and do a pageant like that? Why was that something that jumped out at you?
Well, the first question comes in my mind when you talk about beauty pageants in specific Australia. You have to be a citizen in Australia, and that is not the case. I'm an international student. I didn't have any background as such. But then I spoke to a few people in the industry, and they were like, "No, if you are holding a visa in this country, you are a citizen of this country for a while, and you're allowed to do what your heart says, and you can follow that." So I was quite stunned with that. I mean, is that even possible? Like, are my dreams coming true? And then they were like, yeah, you can do that, just go for it, like do what you feel like. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's do this.
And did you have any friends, family who'd done similar things before, or were you trailblazing a
Oh
little bit?
no! It's a very difficult question. First of all, I mean, my parents and family have always been into government, and they come from a very conservative background where we don't do something in the industry which is quite open to us. And for them, it was really new because when I said them that I was doing modeling, they were shocked and they were like, "Why just you don't study and come back? Like, why do you have to be so extra?" And I was like, you know what? Like, I mean, I want to do something new and I want you to understand. And then they were like, well, we just let you go with whatever you want to do for now. And then you can decide what happens later.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And was there anything about the experience, the industry, on the stage, behind the stage, that kind of shocked you at all? Were you really surprised, like, oh wow, I had no idea this was part of it? Yeah.
Yeah, there was one incident which I remember. I actually went to a modeling agency in a city, and that agency. Well, I went there. They just asked me directly, even without asking me, "Hi, how are you?" They asked me about my nationality, and I was like, "I'm Indian." And then they were like, "Oh, well, we can work this out. I mean, there is not much scope for brown skin at the moment we are like, this is the white market, and
Whoa.
like you have to kind of adjust with that, but you will get along with that, because I think you seem pretty, we don't realize that you're actually Indian, like when first you entered the office. And that was something
Oh my gosh.
very disturbing for me honestly, because that was the first thing I did when modeling came to my mind was, let's go to an agency and start talking to them about this.
Hmm.
And that just broke my confidence, that like, is there anything that is happening for the girls for my skin,
Hmm.
or maybe the market is kind of open enough to accept me of what my color is and what my nationality is, and can people just talk beyond nationalities for a
Hmm.
while? Like, that was something I was really stunned.
Hmm. Wow. One, thanks for sharing that too.
Yeah,
I'm so horrible that was said. That seems wrong to
yeah,
me.
that was, yes.
What
I
was
mean,
running through?
not a lot of people, yeah, sorry to interrupt, but
No, you're
not a
fine.
lot of people have come on my way like this. Like, Australia has given me, like the second life, which I would say, because it has given me my identity and, like how I want to move things forward. But then
Yeah,
some
beautiful.
experiences like this definitely shooks you. Yeah.
Yeah, and how do you? What's interesting about that to me is, well, one of the many things that's interesting about it is, I'd love to know what was running through your mind, and then you could have turned around and walked out the door and said, "No way, I'm done. Like, this industry is." You could have had that incident and then said, "The whole industry is like this," and I don't know, but you didn't, and you stayed, and it seems like you're taking it to a higher level now. So I'd love to know how do you think about that?
Well, I just thought that the dream which I was dreaming about was something that was priority in my life, not their life. And
Mm,
even if they have rejected me, I think that this my dream stands for myself, and nobody is gonna come up for that.
I
So
love
I
that.
thought of just going on with it, like no matter what. Like, and there were so many people already coming in my way, like my few of the friends who are like international students, and in the community they come up with this, like, you have to work, you have to clear your education loan, and like look after PR, and look after how to stay in the country. But I had something else in my mind for myself, so I just stayed up to what I wanted to do.
Wow. And did you ever have moments of doubt on that journey of like, oh, am I going the right way? Or
Yes, quite a lot of times. Like every time I used to come home and I thought that I didn't have many opportunities to land up to, I was like, am I doing the right thing? Probably my parents are saying right to, like just study and don't do anything else. Probably this industry is not for me because I'm too sensitive for it. But yeah, you find your way. I think these all things makes you stronger day by day. I mean, like the way you think about things through, and that helps you.
yeah, amazing. Now, this is a minor technical thing, but I just want to check in on you right now because I'm loving this conversation. Are you okay with the sunlight? You've got a beautiful little
I
ray of
am.
sunlight.
Yeah, it's
Right.
just right on my face. I'm just trying to figure out the way
No,
to
you're
like set
fine.
up my
No,
camera.
no,
It should be
take a
fine now, I
second.
think.
Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. I in my, because we're working from home evidently, I've got a window on either side, and like 2 weeks ago I'm like, I'm going to change chairs at the table I sit, like crazy, change my life up, change
Yeah,
what seat I sit at the table. And I did a
right.
live show with the windows open, and straight away the light just beamed in my eyes, and I was like blinded by the
Was
whole
was
thing.
was it difficult for you? Because I think this is pretty difficult for me to like. Just it's just on my one eye, and I have
Yeah.
to kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways, yeah,
you got a fair bit of room, so yeah, makes yourself
yeah.
comfortable. Um, that's funny. Talk about breaking a pattern. That's funny. Okay, cool. I love that idea. What you said of my dream is for myself. I think that's amazing. And when so that having that experience, did before getting into Miss World Australia, and I want to make sure we get into the makeup free movement. How long did you stay involved with? Was it Miss India Australia or Miss India Sydney?
Yeah. It was Miss India Australia
Australia
2019. Yeah.
in Sydney.
It was in Sydney. Yes.
In Sydney. Cool, cool, cool. And so did you go through the whole pageant, the whole competition?
Well, the half of the competition was on the online. It was like the auditions were
Oh, gotcha.
online,
Yeah.
and after that, like there was like three steps to you have to reach to Sydney. So three steps, and then yeah, I went to Sydney, and then it was quite interesting. Like it was not really like a big pageant, but it was really interesting to meet a lot of people out there. So yeah, but then what is currently that I'm doing is I think probably bigger than a lot of things that I've done before.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about that. What are you into at the moment?
Sorry, pardon, what was that?
So, what are you doing at the moment in terms of one of the things I was really interested to chat to you about today? You've got Miss World Australia, and then you're also leaning in quite heavily into this movement around the makeup-free movement. So, we can touch on either one first, whichever makes more sense.
Oh, let's start with Miss World, and then let's go on to the makeup free day. So
Cool.
Miss World was it actually happened to me just quite interestingly, because I was just looking at the pageant moments and I was just like, can I can I apply for this? And I applied for it randomly, I think in around 2019 end, like in December or something.
Yeah.
And one day I get a call that, you are selected and you can just come over and have a chat with other women who are selected as well. And yeah, they asked me about three things which you like to do, and one of which was, like I just said, I randomly like judging people's where are they from, because I like to know where are people from exactly, because like you get to know a lot of about it when you're in Australia. And yeah, and about the makeup free movement, it's something quite new that Miss World has come up this week. And also Variety Australia is collaborating with Miss World, and on 3rd of July there is this hashtag makeup free day for all the models who are actually encouraging this movement, because of the lot of problems in this industry that we have seen coming up with makeup, and feeling confident about your skin even without makeup. Like, how do you feel about yourself is very important in this industry, because
Mm,
yeah, I think there is a lot of importance for us to even encourage other people to do that. So yeah.
yeah. And how do you balance that when, I mean, sometimes part of the industry is being on stage, and from the random images I've seen scattered throughout movies and whatever over the years, it seems like makeup's quite a big part of the industry, but then the industry is kind of championing this change from the inside. Uh, where does that come from? Why do you think that's something they're prioritizing?
Yeah, I think in this industry in specific, like modeling industry or acting industry in specific, has a really impact on people's life, because it's a big part for people, and they
Mm,
see actors and model having this finished makeup and proper look, and jawline is perfect and your hair are perfect, and that makes people wonder, like, why these celebrities are so perfect and not us, which is in itself a big impact on people. And I think it's in a good way and also in a bad way. So I think it's a time, if we as a part of this industry take a stand for this movement and encourage people to love themselves even without makeup, and
mm,
even without whatever the flaws they have. Just like them, we have the flaws as well. It's nothing like you know new to
yeah.
us, but yeah, we're encouraging this movement to impact on others' life in a good way. That you come with all beautiful scars on your face or scars on your body. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's just fine. We are the same.
Mm. And what does that conversation look like with, whether it's friends, whether it's other competitors or other people in the pageant? What does the conversation look like? Are people nervous about going a day or a week or a month or a lifestyle change into not wearing makeup as much? What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my fellow contestants, I've been actually talking to them about this, like, how are you gonna, deal with this? They are like, this is something that we are doing for the first time as well, because it's like the Instagram world and the social media world is so much full of perfection that even we are scared to go without makeup on the screen and face hate comments if we get one, and
Mm,
also, but I think we have this. A small party of like 10 to 15 contestants at someone's house about makeup free day, where we're gonna meet and celebrate our skins the way they are.
mm.
And we're gonna have a small get together on that, and that's how we're gonna celebrate it and encourage people to do more.
I love it. And in terms of using the hashtag and seeing it across social media, what's the hope for you and for other people who might be considering getting on board? Are they hoping to share photos and tag themselves in them? What do you want to see on that day?
Yeah, well, I would love to see a lot of girls or guys who are really not confident about their skin, or are not really comfortable showing their skin. I want them to just like come on social media, put that hashtag, tag us, tag everyone you could, and tag Miss World Australia for that matter, and Variety Australia, who's actually doing this campaign in collaboration with Miss World Australia. So I
Mhm.
think take a lot of selfies, take a lot of pictures, show your scars which you had, or which you have gone through. I know it's more power when you show something which is so real, and I
Mm.
think it'll be easier for us, and it'll give us power to come up with certain kind of contents in future,
Yes.
and it'll be fun. I just want them to feel themselves for one day, feel that the skin is they're celebrating their skins, and they're pretty happy with the who they are and
Mm.
confident about what they are. So yes, I want it to be really engaging, and if they are happy to put the hashtag and happy to tag Miss World Australia, it'll be more than great. And also I wanted to mention one thing which we have in
Cool.
Miss World Australia. It's hashtag beauty with the purpose. It's the new movement of Miss World Australia, and it's also celebrating colors, and it's celebrating how to feel confident about your skin and about your own self. So it's promoting self love, and I think if you use that hashtag beauty with the purpose would be also amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Keita, while we've got you for a few more minutes, I'd love to ask you about a lot of our audience, and for the purpose of a lot of our audience will be students or staff members at universities and looking to help students out. One, to help them to sort of secure jobs and work and internships, but two, at a deeper level, to find out what their sort of purpose or calling is in life, something they can do that they really get a lot of fulfillment and joy out of. And it really sounds like you found something that you're quite passionate about. Something that you are
Yeah.
good at, something that you do love, and something that you believe can make a positive change in the world. For students, often sometimes the focus can be really academics. They're just in the classroom, it's exam time kind of right now. And it's very clear from everything you've done that you've spent time outside of the classroom, whether it's in pageants, whether it's growing Instagram, being really into photography, all that sort of stuff. I'd love to know where did that drive come from, do you think? Why was it that you went and you did more? You didn't say, "Oh, I'm just studying right now, and after I study, I'll go chase the dream." What helped you start like right now while you're a student, go after it?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of aspects to that, honestly. Like, first of all, like getting to Australia, getting here in different country was in itself a big task for me. As I said, like a lot of students come because their parents ask them to come, or probably they have planned this after their graduation, of their plans after their schools. But for
Yeah.
me, it was a hard thing to even convince my parents that I want to go somewhere, and like I want to be me. Like I want my life to be this way. And I think that's why I had more worth of the things that I've got. And I think I was really fortunate of whatever the small things that I've got in life. Second thing, my tutors, like the university, I studied in Monash University, and my tutors and my course coordinators were like so supportive of things that I was doing. Like there were times like I had difficulties in managing my assignment, but what I did was I just went to their office, and I've been honest about what I was going through. I've been honest about the times that I've been feeling low about what I'm doing, and I'm doing multiple things here, and I don't have much of support. And
Mm.
I would really like to thank my course coordinator, Karen. She's been such a sweetheart that she's always been like, what, you follow what you are doing. I know it's difficult to, like kind of concentrate on a lot of things together, but I think you're doing great. And she gave me this power that, like university is with you. When the university in itself gives you this power that, like whatever you do, our university will back you up with that. That is a
Yeah.
big power, honestly. Like that is something that I was not expecting out of them. And yeah, and also my friends and family, they've always been supportive, though they have did understood what I was doing, but then they were like, just, I think you're doing great, just keep doing that.
That's awesome. So great to hear of all those layers of support. Whereas sometimes we hear the narrative and we hear from individual students' experience that they don't feel like they have that support. And so it's really great to hear that you did. Sandesh has jumped in on the comments here and saying, "We need for our own unique feature. This will help determine our future." I love that idea of finding something that's unique to you and then using that to determine where the future might go. Very cool. And Keita, before we move towards wrapping up, is there anything on whether it's Miss World Australia, whether it's your experience, where it's state of the world right now, or anything to do with the makeup-free movement that you would like to say or touch on or explore before we give you back your Monday morning and let you continue with your day?
Well, yeah, sure, absolutely. So about Miss World Australia, so I think for me, my first priority is to be is to be someone who can inspire people. Like it's not about, so modeling was not just the passion of being a model and being on the camera. I think I was looking for a voice that I wanted. And I think when you're at the good position, you're heard better. And if you want to inspire other people, you have to be unique and you have to mark your, ways out and mark yourself up. And I think one thing which I want to focus in future or in coming days, I would say that I really want to work on the international student, like especially the women who come from South Asian background. I want to work on their confidence, because when you come to a new country, I've found myself in the situation and a lot of other women of my color that they have lack in confidence because of coming into the country, which is because of the cultural backgrounds that we had in our country, and then coming to such an open country. There is a lot to learn and there's a lot to inspire each other. And I think I will definitely look for a leadership program and a confidence program for the young girls and young women who are coming from my country in specific. Yeah.
And is there anything that's helped you? You seem that you definitely have a degree of confidence. You seem very confident. You seem very comfortable in your own skin and seem to really love what you do. Is there anything that's helped you be more confident? I mean, you said you had that great support system. Was there anything else that's really helped you?
I think what really has helped me is that I have always grabbed every small opportunity that has come my way. Like I didn't treat it any opportunity in a way it was just a small thing. And once you get into something and once you start grabbing the opportunity, it's like you're creating a ladder, that you're creating steps for yourself by getting those opportunities. And I think that is what and international students in specific should focus on when they come to a new country and they're starting their studying and in the new universities. I think the first thing you need to do is kind of build your network. Start going out, start going on for the university events, take those opportunities, like even though it's small, it doesn't matter. And yeah, and also take reference from the talk shows, like watch a lot of talk shows. That'll really help.
Yeah. What is it about the talk shows? I've not heard someone make that comment before. When we say talk shows, is there anything in particular? What did you get out of it?
Well, I do have a really unique taste in the talk shows. Like I won't say that the talk shows which I see is encouraging always a positivity, but I think I concentrate on the host of the show, because how he talks and how he makes the show comfortable. So I think there are a lot of people that I look up to. Like for example, Mahedi Hassan is one of the Al Jazeera's documentary, and he holds the host of the news channel as well. And I'm not kind of encouraging the message that they are giving, but I'm kind of encouraging the way they are talking and the way they're presenting themselves. And it's very important to know it's 21st century. And I think we should know that how to present ourselves in front of the camera and even in, back of the camera. And also TED Talks. And there are a lot of TED Talks available, like how to build your confidence, how to be vulnerable on the stage, how to, show what you've got, and like how to kind of present yourself in all together. So I think it is important to focus on that.
I love it. Very cool. And Keita, thanks for joining us today. Really appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm really, really glad.
No, I really appreciate it. And such a unique experience, and such an important thing to be discussing as well. So thank you for joining us. Everyone who has joined us this morning, a nice casual start to your week, I hope. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. We'll be back as always, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for episodes 46 through to 49 of Coffee with Campus Consultancy. And if you're interested in these topics and topics like these, we hope to see you again tomorrow. So with that, have an amazing day, have a great week, and we'll speak with you soon. Thanks again, Ankita. Bye.
No worries. Bye.